Welcome to the Empowered Plates, Empowered Lives podcast, the podcast that supports those on their journey to healing through the transformative power of food. I'm your host, Giovanni. But before we dive into this episode, vibe with me, y'all. Welcome to the Empowered Plates, Empowered Lives podcast. So, on today's episode, we're going into the question why birth control wasn't for me. Why it wasn't an option for me. So, in a previous episode, I mentioned that I was diagnosed with stage 4 endometriosis. I had adenomyosis. 2 fibroids were taken out in my laparoscopic surgery. And I also was diagnosed with polycystic ovary syndrome, PCOS. And a lot of times, OBGYNs prescribe and suggest birth control. So before I had surgery and before I met with my excision specialist, I was offered birth control. And it didn't sit well with me. I've never heard many positive experiences with birth control. Not necessarily specifically for the conditions that I was diagnosed with, but I just never heard great experiences with birth control. And my question was, would birth control cure my conditions? And the answer was no. It would help regulate hormones, which a lot of times people consider endometriosis, PCOS, hormonal imbalances. So that's why they want to consider hormonal therapy. But because I didn't like some of the side effects that I've heard people experience with birth control, and because I knew that birth control couldn't cure what was the suspected condition that I had, I never went to go pick it up. I never went through with it. My main focus was excision surgery. And I'm glad I went that route because knowing what I know now, that's the gold standard of treatment for those suffering from endometriosis, polycystic ovary syndrome, PCOS. More so endometriosis, not PCOS, but I got diagnosed with both at the time. So I kind of say that, but endometriosis, the gold standard is laparoscopic surgery. I was grateful enough to have an OBGYN whose husband was an excision specialist and was serving in the same city and local area, even on the same side of town. Shout out to Dr. Fox with Fabian, OBGYN, and then Dr. Fox, Dr. Michael Fox, my excision surgeon. Birth control just wasn't for me. After I had excision surgery in March of 2020, the treatment I followed up with was pelvic floor therapy to help with my pelvic floor due to the extensive amount of surgery that I had and how much he had to clean those chocolate cysts over all of my organs and issues. My pelvic floor muscles were very, very weak. I actually even teared up on a few of those therapy sessions because I was a little frustrated on how weak I was. And that was just a part of the journey. I wasn't in alignment with my body at the time because I didn't know what was going on with my body. I felt like my body betrayed me. Yet I wasn't even listening to my body because there were so many different things that were happening that I ignored and didn't realize was a real issue. So I moved to Texas after, let's say, August of 2020. And so, of course, all my specialists changed. I wanted to make sure I got with a OBGYN that was well versed in endometriosis. And guess what? She recommended birth control as well. I gave her all of my documents from surgery. I wanted everyone to know exactly what was going on, what I'd already been through, because I wanted the care to be smooth, even though there was a transition. And guess what she said? With stage 4 endo and you opting out of birth control, your endometriosis is going to spread like wildfire and come right back. Yes, ma'am. Are you sure you don't want birth control? Yes, ma'am, I'm sure. I've been doing pretty good with my diet changes. I'll kick it up a notch now that I know that it's possible. It's possible it could spread like wildfires because I'm choosing not to go the route of birth control. If it's not going to cure me, I'm okay. Because unlike a lot of my fellow endo sisters, every single day isn't excruciating for me. Every single day, I don't struggle with pain. Every single day, I'm not crunched over in debilitating pain like I felt the day I went to the ER and they saw I had a large cyst on my ovary. So since I knew that I wasn't in that type of debilitating pain and discomfort every single day or most of the month, I was still inspired and motivated to continue to heal myself naturally. And I was just doing it slowly by diet changes and paying attention to my body and the triggers. And we can go into triggers in that journey because that's what it's all about. That's why I'm here. I'm here because I want to speak my truth. I want to have a platform where other people who suffer from endometriosis, PCOS, fibroids, adenomyosis can tell their story because their journeys of strength are all unique and totally different from mine. Today, I am still not taking birth control, but my labs still look good and my diet changes, my lifestyle changes, because I don't like the word diet. But diet, all diet is just what you consume and what you eat. But in this day and age, diet comes with so many other trends. And I'm not with the trends. So when I say diet, just know on this platform, I'm only talking about what we eat and drink, what we consume, the basic definition of diet. So my lifestyle changes and what I ate and drank started to change. And because of this seed that she planted more about it's going to spread like wildfire, I just got more fired up about what I was going to do to take back the power I had over my life and over my healing journey. And I just dived more and more and more into delicious foods. And those foods were rooted in majority fruits and vegetables, being low carb. And these things have been tasting good. And I'm grateful for it. And so I'm inspired and I'm encouraged to not only continue to be in a state of natural health and to help others on their path of healing as well. I did not choose birth control, but I did choose food control. And I'm more in control on what I'm eating, what I'm consuming, and the changes that I'm making. And I'm making sure that they're creative, they're delicious, and most importantly, they're keeping me on track to living and managing my endometriosis and PCOS symptoms to a point that I can enjoy life. And that my period health is even better No more painful bowel movements during my cycle. No more crunched over debilitating pain while I'm driving, nervous that I'm going to lose strength and swerve into a lane and hit someone or someone hits me. I'm excited about the journey that I'm on, and I hope you are just as excited to know that there's hope. With a healthy mindset, mindful eating and movement, you too can enjoy or have the opportunity to enjoy better days, improved quality of life. But more importantly, just know you got hope. There's hope, and you have power to live the life that you want to live. Don't let anyone take it away. No medical knowledge or anything. Just know. Just believe and have hope. Stay optimistic. We got this. Birth control wasn't for me. What was for me was a diet change into anti-inflammatory foods. What I consumed was anti-inflammatory foods. And I hope that anyone listening right now that is struggling with unhealthy menstrual cycles, struggling with their journey with endometriosis, PCOS, or even struggling with navigating life on birth control or deciding whether or not you should be on it. It's your decision. You should choose what's best for you, because I've heard some people have some really great success stories being able to have that type of hormonal therapy. It just wasn't for me. So I'm here to give you love and light on your journey and to inspire and encourage you to continue on your journey of strength, because you're worth it and you deserve it. Love and light. Thank you for tuning in to the Empowered Plates, Empowered Lives podcast. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and let me know if you're ready to share your journey on this platform to continue to empower other lives. But just know, I'm going to be eating good and drinking good too, because I like a good empowered plate as well. Until next time, keep the vibes moving forward. Let's get it.